This is Entrepreneur Studio, brought to you by SC Biz News. I'm Patrick Bryant, CEO of software development firm Code and Trust and chairman of the Harbor Entrepreneur Center. Our sponsor is Matt Pardick and Chris Corley of Harbor Wealth Management Group, who are no strangers to helping entrepreneurs in our community. We're here with Christina Lock of Catch Talent, and Catch is a recruiting firm mostly in the tech space.
Yes.
Tell us a couple of your clients.
So from sort of a national level, we work with Red Hat, Equifax, LendingTree, locally.
So take us to some of that process of how you go about landing a client like that.
Yeah, it's a great question, and honestly one that we get pretty frequently. I mean, what we do can be a saturated market, and so to stand out, it's really based on our brand and our story and our past successes. And so there have been situations where, again, we're a small woman-owned company here in Charleston, and we're sitting at the table with, a Fortune 10 company in the Bay Area. And, you get in your head a little bit like imposter syndrome. Like, am I able to sit at this table? Have I earned my stripes enough to sit at this table? And, I think every founder and entrepreneur goes through this, where there's that moment and you're looking around the room and we're going against billion-dollar recruiting companies, and we, I think, have done a great job of telling that story and setting ourselves apart. But, we fortunately have landed this Bay Area company, and I give a lot of that success to my team and the relationships we've built, and just, again, making sure that we are not so transactional, right?
Sure.
It's more about relationship building. And even if you're looking at these national companies that have well-oiled machines from a recruiting standpoint, they look at us as the experts, and knowing that we have a pulse on the market outside of just their company, right? Like, what's happening in Charleston, South Carolina? What's happening in New York? And we have those conversations every day, and so it really does make us industry experts.
Totally. Well,
yeah.
you are completely an expert. I mean, you've been doing it a long time now, from SPARC all the way through Catch. And, one of my favorite kind of funny sayings around that is when I first got in network news, you look around and you say, oh my gosh, there's Brian Williams and there's Matt Lauer, and how did I get here? And then 6 months later, once you've kind of got stuff figured out, you look around and you're like, how did these other idiots get here?
Right. There's a couple of those moments I won't,
So I do think there is some part of it that you have to grow through that moment to realize that, oh no, wait, I really am an expert at this thing, that I'm doing.
It's so true. And I think throughout that, it's also, though, staying humble, right?
Sure.
Because I think you can also go the other side to where you're so ego-focused that you're like, well, everyone should work with us.
That's right.
And I think we really try to remain humble and grateful for the clients that we have.
What a great point. And I would add, too, that for me, it's all about team, right? I mean, a lot of times I'm able to live through that imposter syndrome because I look at the people around me and I go, well, I'm bringing these amazing people to the table, right?
That is such a good point. Yes.
So having a strong team is key too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we do. We have an amazing team that I'm very fortunate that they took the risk on us and me to build this great company. So
that's fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.